Well, there it is. There's the clap. We have to be live if Zach is clapping. Hello, everyone. This is Burnt Rubber Racing, episode 17. We're coming to you on a Wednesday night, a little special Wednesday edition. One of us on this show, I guess, is going to Florida. It's not me. Zach, you must be living the high life right now, man. We got the Gator Chomp here. How are we doing on this Wednesday night?
We'd be doing better if I didn't have like a little cold going on, but we're gonna fight through. Fire by trial or trial by fire, however the hell the saying goes.
Yeah, hey, there you go. We'll get this thing done. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It is the Chris Buescher episode 17, and of course it is Wednesday, so I guess we're leading off for Lombardi Sweep. They'll be coming at you later on tonight. So if you want more sports talk on this fine Wednesday, stick around. Let's see. We've got quite a bit on the show rundown here this week by the looks. Even though we don't have a Cup Series points race, we do have the All-Star race to look forward to. Of course, before we get there, we've got to recap the road course racing we saw this past weekend out in Sonoma. The Xfinity Series was also racing in Mid-Ohio, and that one was a fun one. So we'll talk about that a little bit. And what else we got here, Zach? So a couple news and notes, bullet points, and then we're just going to get into some betting. And the IndyCar Series is in action this weekend too, right, with a doubleheader. So we'll maybe look at some stats and stuff to get you set for that one as well. You look like you want to say something.
Are you missing the SRX right now, the Camping World SRX Series that debuts Saturday night on CBS? Don't just. We've got Tony Stewart. Okay, well, actually, we'll save it for later because He's going to go off on me.
I don't have time, man. I can only cover so much here. What do you want from me?
I want it all.
No. Speaking of time, we got to jump into this thing. Initial reactions from you off the top to Sonoma Raceway last weekend. I know you're not a huge fan of this track. It was dry, wine country. The dirt was brown. I'll say that. But another dominating performance. And we're going to break it down, but your overall thoughts here as we get into it.
I thought it was a stereotypical Sonoma race where it put me to sleep about 5 laps in, and you just had to wake up with strategies.
Yeah, fair enough. I thought it was more enjoyable than Circuit of the Americas myself, but at any rate, the Toyota Save Mart 350, no one can stop Kyle Larson right now. He goes on to get his second straight win. He sweeps the stages for the second straight week in a road course race. Road course with stages, and Kyle Larson still manages to sweep them all. No Sonoma winner had ever, I think it was even won the first stage since stage racing became a thing, not even, let alone the second one as well, and then gone on to win the race. That's how good the 5-car was. But early, it looked like our two-time defending champ, of course, we didn't race here last year, but 2018 and 19, Martin Truex Jr., he looked like he was going to be a threat. He was picking them off fast and furious there.
Yeah, he made a run for it at the beginning of the race. He just started picking off cars one by one. Didn't care what your name was or who you drove for. He was a threat. You could tell before the competition caution even came out. I think he got all the way up to like 7th or 6th before. Like he gained 13 spots in a matter of 10 laps.
Yeah, he was knocking on the door of the top 5 just like that after starting 19th. So the number 19 started 19th was a car to watch definitely early in this race, and we thought going forward as well, given his history at Sonoma. Joe Gibbs Racing, though, not a great day across the board for their 4 drivers. Christopher Bell, his struggles continue. No fuel pressure getting in that car early in the race, and he goes a lap down early.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Like, what went wrong? Because I just watch the cars go fast. I don't know what goes into the cars, but it seemed like it would be a problem here because you're on the gas, off the gas. So, I mean, unless you're going downhill, you're done for.
Yeah, just a little bit of a problem. Now, he would recover, actually, and be running some laps later in this race in the top 10. Didn't work out for him in terms of finish, though, as he finishes 24th. I mean, really, the number 20 has been almost invisible since his win at the Daytona road course in the second race of the season. Not so well of a showing here for him. Now, in the end of stage 1, we did see varying pit strategies, as you probably would have expected. Some guys pitted before the stage-ending caution to avoid going in and gain track position. Others waited and took the stage points and then pitted. Kyle Larson took the stage points, took the stage win, and then pitted. Kurt Busch assumes the lead to start stage 2, and he didn't have it for long. That number 5 was coming. I mean, I think this is the point in the race for me where I was just like, who's going to hang with this guy?
Yeah, I thought going into the race and what it's been for the past 2 or 3 times, maybe that ever since stage racing was a thing here, I thought it would all come down to strategy, but Kyle Larson just took that book and threw it out the window. It did not matter. He was getting to the front no matter what he did, it felt like.
Yeah, they were even talking about it on the broadcast. Jeff Gordon's won here, 5 times? And he's like, you might not want to win this stage if you want to go out and win the race. He had Hendrick power, but Kyle Larson is on another level right now. He gets back to the front quickly, and then we finally have the first caution for incident of the race. Stenhouse Jr. has a tire go down, and he goes into the wall. Now, I think he did get back out on the track at first, but ultimately his car was not able to finish the race. Bit of a disappointment there. I know I tend to be higher on the JTG guys than you, but in terms of the playoff bubble, this is big for Stenhouse to have a last place like this.
Yeah, but let's go back for a second. I'm higher on Ryan Preece. You're higher on Ricky Stenhouse. That's what.
When did I say I don't like Ryan Preece?
That's not what I said. I said I'm just higher on him than you are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm more the 37 fan. You're the 47 fan. That's how it goes. But it looked like Stenhouse took a hard hit, not too hard, but enough to definitely rattle his cage a little bit. But it definitely something you never want to see out of in the Cup Series or anything like that. But he seemed fine. They tried to fix it, couldn't get it going again, but he'll live to fight another day.
Is it because his background is on dirt?
No, that's not
it.
It
is,
at all.
Isn't it? It is. Dirt's for farming over here, McAdoo. I got to give credit to Bubba Wallace, though. That's a guy that I like to ride on this show. I'm not even going to let you respond. You know it. He did well to nurse that flat tire. He had a tire go down, and he took it almost the entire length of the track, which, of course, Sonoma Raceway, that's quite the lap there, and made it to pit road. Now, they did go a lap down, but it would pay off for them in the end that he was able to get there.
Yeah, credit to Bubba. I didn't think you could do that, but he went and he took it all the way, at least through the carousel, through the one hairpin at turn 7, I think it is there, through the S's, and made it all the way back with no damage to his car besides the down tire. And I mean, that's a driver right there, regardless of what your opinion is of him.
It literally fell off the car right as he was going around the turn into pit road too. So it just in time, but he did make it back, and he would wind up finishing 14th. So that was huge. He was able to catch a free pass later in the race. Good stuff there from Bubba Wallace. Now, Kyle Larson, he'd win stage 2. Shocking, right? And Chase Elliott would begin stage 3. He took the lead from Kurt Busch. Got a bit of a better restart there. But again, Kyle Larson wins a stage, pits during the stage break caution, starts in the middle of the pack, and he's back out in front again. We still got 30 laps to go in this race. Martin Truex Jr. is chasing him. Chase Elliott's running well, but I don't know. Knowing they're both in Hendrick equipment at this point, it was either Truex or Larson for me. I don't know. Did you think the 9 had anything down the stretch in this race?
I mean, you never really know if the guy's in or out, but if everything went his way, you could see the 9 going in. I felt like it was the 5, the 9, or the 19 I was going to win it, and no one else had anything for him. But I never would count out the 9 on a road course.
That's fair enough right there. Then we get some cautions here down the stretch of this race. Quinn Houff blows an engine, and as we know, cautions breed cautions. Then we got Corey LaJoie and Ross Chastain. Now, this is one I got to ask you about, because the way you wrote it in your recap article is very different from the way I saw it. walk me through this caution and your analysis of it, because we got Corey LaJoie and Ross Chastain getting together in turn 11, and the impact of this wreck is immense, almost more so for other guys than them. William Byron's day is done in this car pileup.
Harvick opened his bush in the middle of the racetrack there. You got
Harvick's driving around without a hood after this. We know how much I love to see those. Tyler Reddick at Daytona. But, yeah, you got to walk me through this because I think we're on differing sides.
LaJoie absolutely missed the turn, tried to cut back into it to try to hit the apex, and when he did, he didn't see Chastain, and it just caused a huge pileup. And even if you go listen to all the drivers, they will agree with me. I don't know what everyone else saw. I don't know what everyone was complaining about. But like I saw, Chastain went to go make a move. LaJoie just absolutely tried to cut him off, and it just caused a huge caution.
So you think it was intentional?
No, I don't think it was intentional. I just think LaJoie didn't see Chastain coming and just tried to get down before Chastain got there. And unfortunately for everyone, Chastain was there.
Yeah, it very much looked to me like Chastain trying to get in on the inside of LaJoie in a hole that was not there.
I mean, it was there. He hit him in the quarter panel going in. So, I mean, LaJoie's the one turning in.
I don't know. Credit to Chastain, though. He gets that car whipped around and he drives like off across Gilligan's Island. It actually picks up spots. And NASCAR was like, oh, you're good. So I was
wreck avoidance. That's how you do
it. Yeah, exactly. We weren't done with yellows, though. As this one, I don't think there's any disagreement as to what happened here. Matt DiBenedetto, he clips apparently Zach's favorite JTG driver, Ryan Preece. And Preece gets knocked off track. He's all right. He comes back out, tries to get racing again. I can't even get there without laughing because our man, Cody Ware, did not cause this caution, but man, he brought out the yellow when he just pounded Ryan Preece coming back out on track. I mean, the 37 really pulled out in front of him, but at the same time, I don't know how you fault Preece there. He's just trying to get back in the race. There's dust flying everywhere. Yeah. It was just bad timing, I think, here on this one for me. But we got our Cody Ware caution, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, this one's not on Ware at all. He just wrong place, wrong time, and Preece tried to get back on, but it's like they said. It was like Days of Thunder. You can't see through the smoke. You can't see through the dirt. So it was just wrong place, wrong time for the both drivers.
Yeah, somebody's got to bring some rain to Sonoma County or something. I don't know. Anthony Alfredo would then spin around, and we went to overtime. No one does any pit stops. There was a little debate as to who would do what. No takers. Kyle Larson beats Chase Elliott on the overtime restart just like he did on the final regulation restart and drives away to the win. Now, the 9 car, I asked you if you thought he had anything for him coming down the stretch. I thought he actually looked better toward the end of this race than he had all day. He was able to hold off Truex and take second, but in the end, this is the Kyle Larson show right now. I don't know, when is it going to end? There's no end in sight. Like, this guy's sweeping stages, he's winning races, he's sweeping road course stages. I know that's another talking point you might want to address here, just the whole road course stage thing. But anyway, the floor is yours as we wrap up Sonoma.
We'll start with Larson first. He's
all right.
He's red hot right now. Won the last 7 stages. Count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 from the 600, 3 from this week. It's just he's on an incredible run that we haven't seen, I don't think, ever in the stage racing era.
I don't think so either. Sweeping entire races like this back to back.
Yeah,
one of them be the longest one of the year. Jeez.
Yeah, it's just he's on an incredible run, and like Henry alluded to, I'm not a fan of stage racing on road courses. It takes away strategies. It takes away so much good racing that we could have. It's just not something. It's made the road courses worse, and in my opinion, Sonoma has not had a good race since the adventation of it. If you go back to 2017 Watkins Glen, that was also a piss poor race. The only track that has had consistently good road course races has been the Roval, and that's not because of the stages. It's because the drivers are still putting on entertaining races. If please, NASCAR, listen to your fans for once and do away with stage racing on the road courses. It'll just be so much better. I understand that you kind of like landlocked with everything. I am a fan of stage racing, in all honesty. It's just road courses, they don't work.
No, I completely agree. I think stage racing definitely makes the ovals better. For in a number of ways, it makes the entire race more enjoyable, if you will. The stakes are raised throughout when you have stage points on the line, when you have playoff points on the line, etc. But the road courses are a different animal. I'd throw another one in there. We've only seen 2 races at the Daytona Road Course, but I think both of them have been fine, and both have been run under stages to go along with the Roval there. But I get what you're saying, and it just doesn't make sense, right? Like the whole thing on an oval is wait until the stage break to pit. Then you get to a road course, and all of a sudden it becomes, do you want to pit before I don't know. It's a different animal, and I think it's something that definitely deserves discussion. But were there any other notable finishes? I'm sorry, you can say whatever else you had.
Yeah, you forgot. You didn't even write about McDowell and Suarez and their little tussle ahead.
Well, enlighten our listeners, please.
So,
because this one's still getting good.
On the final lap, this is the first time that these two have been together, if you remember correctly. I'll get to a second. McDowell and Suarez. McDowell moves Suarez in turn 7, I believe. And then getting back into the hairpin, the final hairpin on turn 11, Suarez gets back into McDowell, moves him out of the way, spins him out, and Suarez goes on to finish 12th, I believe. I don't remember where McDowell finished. I think he finished in the 20s, 26th, I want to say. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, they went at it on Twitter a little bit. Neither one of them were happy with each other. But if you remember correctly, I think it was 2019. Yes, because Suarez is in the 41. These two had a fight at Phoenix in qualifying.
Oh my gosh, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, wait a minute. Suarez and McDowell. Where have I heard that
You're
one before?
Right. I had forgotten all about that. So this might not be over. And I mean, we've already been over it. We love a good beef. And Daniel Suarez, some of the things that, he wasn't taking any shit there on that last.
No, I don't blame him for that. I mean, you get moved, you better expect it back. That's how I feel about it. But so we both like McDowell, but push comes to shove, you're gonna get it back in the end, and he got it.
Yeah. Honestly, the only thing better than just a general NASCAR beef is one between lower funded teams, right? I'm all for this. We got a new team, Trackhouse, going at Front Row Motorsports, McDowell, Suarez. Maybe we'll have to see what happens here in this All-Star race if Suarez can get into it. But yeah, so I left it off the rundown. I'm sorry, Zach. Were there any other notable finishes? You just mentioned Suarez finishing 12th, a solid day yet again for the 99 team. Michael McDowell all the way down in 28th, even though his run was a whole lot better than that. Based on those last lap shenanigans, I got to shout out the Chip Ganassi guys. They were last and second to last at Charlotte after their equipment issues. And, well, Kurt Busch led last in this race. He finishes 6th. And Ross Chastain, even after the incident with Corey LaJoie there, like I said, he used Gilligan's Island to his advantage, and he finishes right behind him in 7th. So a solid day for Chip Ganassi. Anyone else?
Yeah, I say to fade both Chip Ganassi guys. Here they go, top 10.
Yep.
Like, really? A week after I have both of them in my FanDuel lineup, they just go out there and it's just that. I'm done with it. I'm done putting them out in my DFS thing. We're just gonna roll the dice. Just random, pull them out of a hat at this point because who knows if I'm gonna pick a good one or not.
Well, I don't know if you want to pick any of those Stuart Haas guys because Eric Almirola is running well, but still winds up 27th. Cole Custer 20th is all. Chase Briscoe, I'm looking to see where he wound up 17th. Okay, so I guess not a terrible day, even though it felt like he was capable of more after he won the ARCA race. I don't know. And, of course, Kevin Harvick has his hood off, but he was still able to finish the race, finish 22nd. So Stuart Haas, again, another rough day. looking. Was there anyone else I wanted to throw out there? We said Bubba Wallace rallied. Austin Dillon, 13th on a road course. That was the other one. A little bit surprising to me because he's not really known for his road course ability. But any other takeaways
No,
from Sonoma?
I think I'm good. I'm good to go past Sonoma like always.
Zach is officially Sonoma out. So I guess we can jump to
I have been
Mid
on the
Ohio.
record as saying Sonoma should be taken off the schedule, but unfortunately, due to Gen 7 coming out next year, it's going to stay and get at least one more year on the schedule. Listen, I'm a NASCAR traditionalist, but push comes to shove. Sometimes the tracks just need to go.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens, especially knowing it's only the Cup Series that's going out there here at this point. Speaking of the other series, the Xfinity Series at Mid Ohio, road course racing on the Mid Ohio Sports Car course. I didn't know going into this weekend, but that track is within 90 minutes of Colleague Racing headquarters. I definitely know now. They were talking about it repeatedly that this is like the Colleague Racing Super Bowl, the Mid Ohio Sports Car course. AJ Allmendinger gets it done for Matt Colleague. He gets it done for the boss. Overcoming a pit road penalty. Saw him restart at the rear of the field. Still manages to drive to the front. He was the fastest car all day. I mean, are we shocked that Dinger got this done? I think we even threw him out on the show last week. After the incident he had mechanically at Charlotte, you didn't want to bet against him this week.
No, but the thing that you also have to bring up is that his teammate brought up a caution that put him into position for.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, you can't not talk about it. It's right there. It's like it seems a little sus there, but Cedric goes on and he would have a problem that next restart, sending him like he would spin coming out of the one turn and send him to the back, but still a good run for the Dinger nonetheless. As I die.
Yeah, really, you need to get. I don't know what you need, but what Zach's alluding to, Jeb Burton did spin around. He finishes 16th. I don't know. It looked like a very legitimate spin to me. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just have blinders because I'm a Colleague guy. But
we both like Colleague. I do like AJ. Like I'm starting to like him a lot more than what I did like a lot of years ago. I think AJ is my favorite Colleague driver now. But
did it look intentional to you? Like to me, it did.
A little bit. It did. Like you could kind of see it, like how like ooh, like he did something there. But NASCAR's to be the final rulers on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a tough time seeing it still. Again, maybe I'm wearing blinders. I don't know. At any rate, teammate Justin Haley, the other Colleague teammate, able to finish second. So not only does Dinger win the race, it's a 1-2 finish. We're just going to stay positive here on this show, I promise. Ty Gibbs, for now. Another solid run for him as he takes home third to follow up his win at Charlotte. And really, it felt like if Allmendinger wasn't going to win this race, it was going to be Ty Gibbs. Brandon Jones fourth. And Andy Lally, how about that? Rounding out the top five. Other highlights, I mean, Noah Gragson, he ripped the front right off his car on the first lap in the very first turn. So that was the end of his day. Not exactly ideal considering the Xfinity Series point standings. And then Harrison Burton was the other notable, did not finish that I had. Thoughts on those guys? Anything else you saw from this race? I thought it was a great race myself.
Yeah, from the stuff I did see, it was a good race. But Gregson needs to turn it on. Something. He's only 48 points above the cut line. I think I was going into it. He's only
shrinking.
Yeah, it shrunk a lot. I think he's only 20 up on Brandon Brown now. And if he's, I forgot to put this up. If you saw his Twitter video today, that was pretty cool. He needs sponsors, and that was a good way to do it. But Brandon Brown's coming, whether Noah likes it or not. Noah needs to get his shit together.
Yeah, Brown finished sixth in this race, following up a solid run at Charlotte. He was fourth, so Gregson's got some company there at that playoff bubble cut line for sure. Smaller team there for Brown, but don't take the 68 lightly here at this point. The way they are running, No truck race last weekend, so I guess we can jump into some news and notes here, Zach. The big one I had to bring into the discussion this week, Matt DiBenedetto is going to have a new crew chief with the number 21 Wood Brothers Mustang. Jonathan Hassler will take over at this weekend's NASCAR Cup Series All-Star event. And so, I mean, 21's not really getting great runs. We both thought coming into the year, Benedetto can win a race. He's got the equipment. He's got the talent. This is a guy, a legitimate dark horse to win a race. And I mean, Hendrick's on another level right now, but the whole Penske camp it's kind of been a step behind. But the 21 has been nowhere to be found. So I don't know. Did you see anything else going into, or I guess about this news? Any other reasons for the switch, or do you think it is mostly a performance thing?
It's got to be a performance thing. He was, I forget which race it was, but he was out of the playoffs. He got himself up to 16th, but now he's back out of the playoffs. Something needs to change, especially in a year that DiBenedetto has to perform. He has no contract next year. He knows he's getting the boot from the 21 as Austin Cindric's coming up. Something had to give, and why not throw something at the wall and hope it sticks now in a race that has no points, and if you win, it helps the team out greatly.
Yeah, no, 100%. Now, Greg Irwin is the crew chief that Hassler will be replacing, and he's been with them for 3 seasons, so not exactly kicking like a brand new guy here to the curb, but I think we both said it, just the way that team and their season has been going. Can't blame them for making a change here when, get an all-star race under your belt. And, if you win it, that's great. But just to have that race, too, I think this is a good time to do it before you even have a points race. So it's not like you're throwing him right into the fire, if we will, when you need those points and you're on the bubble. You had another headline concerning Chase Elliott. That's all yours.
Yeah, so
excited.
Chase Elliott will be running the Truck Series race in the number 24 GMS Racing Chevrolet this week, and he will have adrenaline shock. If that is going the wrong way, adrenaline shock on the hood. I'm excited to see it. Good looking truck. It from what I've seen so far, it's not that color. It's black and red. So yeah.
There you go. Chase Elliott's going to be trucking this weekend in Texas before he partakes in the All-Star race. I'm pretty sure Kyle Busch is in the Xfinity race this weekend too. So we got a couple Cup guys doing double duty during All-Star weekend in Texas. We're going to preview that All-Star race and also talk some IndyCar. But first, seeing as we don't have a full points race this week, not really playing DFS per se, betting, maybe, do it here and there a little bit, but might be a little different for the All-Star race. We wanted to touch on some NASCAR futures odds to win the Cup Series championship. Those have been moving around a lot lately, as you might imagine, given the dominance of Hendrick Motorsports. So how should we start this, Zach? I don't know. I guess if I'm going to pose this question to you. We're talking NASCAR championship futures. Before we get to the actual odds themselves, who would be your championship 4 drivers? If you had to pick them today based on what you've seen, maybe based on what you think is still to come, I don't know, because hindsight's 2020, and we know there's going to be more winners and whatnot. At least we think. I don't know the way Kyle Larson's driving, maybe not. But who would be your championship 4 if you had to name them right now? And also, how many of those guys were in your preseason championship 4?
So I mean, I'm going to start out with Larson. How can you not put this guy in championship 4 going forward? And then I'm going to go with Truex. He's got the 3 wins. I'm sure he's going to bank 1 or 2 more before the end of the year. I'm going to go Hamlin. The guy's been so good. He's going to get a win eventually. And he's proven he can point his way into the championship round before. And then I'm gonna go with a little bit of a surprise here. Probably a little favoritism going up here, but this is a guy. This is a guy who, I mean, he's proven he can win in surprising times. He can probably pull it out again. Alex Bowman in the 48. I believe he will be the fourth driver to make the Final Four.
Threw me for a curveball there because I thought you were going a different favoritism route. And
I did.
Are you serious?
I knew. I saw it on your face. You're like, son of a, this idiot's gonna go Harvick, isn't he?
Oh, whew. At least we avoided that. So you've got 2 Hendrick and 2 JGR. I mean, I guess I would say Hamlin was probably in your preseason 4, maybe Truex. I don't know, but I would say Larson and Bowman.
No,
you had to say before the season started. Yeah, so I'm pretty similar. I would say Kyle Larson definitely for me right now. Truex as well. Man, I don't know. I don't know if I can do Bowman. That's a stretch, but I will stay in the Hendrick garage. I think Chase Elliott's getting back in the championship 4 to defend his title. And I'm also going to stick with Joe Gibbs. And we're going to have 2 Hendrick, 2 JGR drivers. Kyle Busch, though, he's the other guy I'm looking at to sneak into that championship 4. I don't know. Am I crazy? The 18 is running well. They had another top 5 this week. No practice this week. They didn't win, but we'll take that when we're racing for points.
I mean, he's got to get some momentum going, and Sonoma, the road courses are where he does well at, so he needs something.
Absolutely. So big surprise, right? When we look over at the NASCAR Championship Futures odds, Kyle Larson is a 4-1 favorite as of today to claim the Cup Series title. Chase Elliott is behind him, plus 650. Denny Hamlin 7-1, even though the 11 car is yet to win. Martin Truex Jr., interesting to see him. Very interesting to see him this far behind Larson, even though both have won 3 races. He's plus 750. Kyle Busch 8-1. Joey Logano plus 850. He just keeps putting down solid runs. And I mentioned Team Penske kind of struggling a little bit when we were talking about DiBenedetto's crew chief earlier. Joey Logano has definitely been the best of that group. And then Brad Keselowski is 10-1. Alex Bowman, you had him in there. He's 11-1 with Kevin Harvick. I mean, I just rattled off a bunch of guys. Kyle Larson's the favorite. Would you bet him at 4-1? And who else in there are you looking at? I guess of your championship 4, right? So which of your guys at the number would you be looking for? And I can read them again if you need me to, because I know that's how we usually do it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if the value is there for Larson. I think Larson is the championship winner as of now. Stuff could change in the next 20 races, though. But if you want value, why not look at a Bowman or a Harvick? I had to throw them in there, but I mean they're at 11-1. They both can get it done. They've shown that when their backs against the wall, they can get it done and win races. So why not take a shot at 11-1 guy?
Yeah, I hear you. I don't know. Are you as high on these Truex plus 750 odds as I am? Because I think that's nuts. When he's won 3 races, and he was right with Larson this past week, as one of the top contenders to him. Larson's also won 3 races, and I can make an extra $3.50 per dollar on Truex.
The thing is, though, when it comes to the championship, you have to hope that they do well at Phoenix too. That's the bad part of it.
Truex won there earlier this year. So.
Yeah, so he's got it down pat. So yeah, it might be. Maybe take a look on that if you want value. And maybe take a look on Truex. He's there.
I like that a lot, actually. And as far as betting Larson, I think we both agree he's right there in terms of guys who can win this thing. But he's so hot right now, you're not going to find value in those odds.
And he's only going to go down for right now.
Right. At some point, he's going to go down, right? Like, it may not be for a while, but those 4-1 odds are going to get longer as some other guys eventually start winning even a stage and hopefully races here too. But yeah, so hold off on Larson would be My advice, unless you think he's really going to dominate the rest of the season like he has been.
Not even that. Just wait. Yeah, I guess if he's going to dominate the rest of the season, and you feel like his odds are going to get shorter.
Right. I don't think he's going to, though. We got a
No.
long ways to go.
No, there's still 20 races to go. He's not going to come out and win every race.
Yeah, in terms of some other names, though, are there any long shots that you would have your eye on, depending on the odds, of course? William Byron's a guy who I love the value on him to win the championship at 14-1. Not necessarily a long shot there, but my William Byron love is it speaks for itself, I think, on this show each and every week. But of course, there are a whole lot of longer odds down the list. Any driver or two that you'd be curious to know where they're at?
I mean, why not Christopher Bell? He's got JGR equipment. He's got to win, so he's going to be in. He's going to have the bonus points to go with it. Why not take a shot?
Right now, I don't know, but there, like we said, a lot of racing left. 25-1.
I mean, why not take a shot on Christopher Bell?
He's in the playoff field. So
yeah,
have a point there.
Now, a guy that we've both have been high on hasn't won a race yet. I think you know where I'm going. He loves the high line. Is his line on the DraftKings Sportsbook as high as what is his lines on the track?
Oh my goodness, I can't believe you just went there. Tyler Reddick at DraftKings to win the NASCAR Cup Series championship. It's a high line, 100-1 odds.
Give me $1 and a dream, baby. $1 and a dream.
There it is, the ultimate $1 and a dream. His Richard Childress teammate Austin Dillon also has not won a race, and he's been more consistent than Reddick, 80-1. Kind of like that too.
I give me Reddick. $1 and a dream. I like the $1 and a dream better. I'm dying.
I'm not going to dissuade you. I like both of them, to be honest, at those prices. Austin Dillon is priced the same as Daytona 500 winner Michael McDowell. Kurt Busch at 66-1. I don't think so.
Is Kurt Busch even in the playoffs right now?
He might be after this week. I don't know. I haven't checked the standings. Yeah, but Chip Ganassi's got to show some more consistency for me, I think, to get involved at that price. The guy I would rather look at, if we want to talk Chip Ganassi, is actually Ross Chastain. Now, I know he's not in the playoffs right now on points. I know he's yet to win a race. But at 200-1 odds, and looking at some of the finishes he has had lately, I'd go $1 and a dream, or maybe if Reddick's $1 and a dream at 100-1, 50 cents in a dream. I don't know. Am I crazy there? 200-1 on Ross Chastain?
I mean, he's out. I'm pretty sure he's behind Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch is 63 points out of the playoffs.
Oh yeah, he's far behind. But I don't know. This is a guy who I think can win a race. I really believe it.
What race? You got
Daytona.
No.
Daytona's possible. He's run well on these road courses. If something happens, what if something happens to Chase Elliott or Martin Truex Jr. and Chase Elliott take each other out and he's running third? He drives on by. I don't know. I think he can win a race.
I don't see it happening between now and Daytona. I believe if there's going to be a surprise winner at Daytona, it's going to be Eric Almirola because he knows that his career is on the line this year.
Yeah, Eric Almirola is 250-1 if you really want to get behind some Stuart Haas power there.
There it is. Forget my $1 and a dream. We're going to go $1/4 and a dream on Eric Almirola.
What about Daniel Suarez? 250-1 as well.
Oh, come on, Trackhouse. We both love Trackhouse, but that's not possible yet. They got to build.
You can hedge out though. You can hedge out if he wins a race and gets into the postseason. You can hedge that bet. That's the great thing about futures, right? You can bet your way out of them.
What race is he winning though to get in the playoffs? That's the thing. You got to think about that.
You don't think he's going to win a race?
Not this year.
No,
I think I don't think him or 2311 is going to win a race.
I don't think 2311 will win a race.
I think you got to give
when Kurt Busch gets there. Well, if he does. Sorry, I don't know if we're supposed to say if or when with rumors, but
we don't know.
If he does go there next year, they'll win races. But
yeah, we can't officially. They haven't signed it down the line. We can't say that he's going there or not.
Listen to last week's show if you somehow aren't aware that Kurt Busch is rumored to be tied to 2311 Racing.
Yeah, well, we grip out of the rumors, but we can't say that they're a done deal or not because we don't know. We don't know. I mean, something could go wrong, and then we're out credibility. So don't do that to us, Henry.
Yeah, what he said. So yeah, I guess it would be Martin Truex Jr. plus 750 for me, and Zach was high on those Alex Bowman, Kevin Harvick odds at 11-1, and of course Tyler Reddick 100-1. It's gonna happen, folks. He's gonna win a race. McAdoo has got me on the bandwagon here.
It's going to happen this year. The 8 car is going to get to victory lane for the first time since Dale Earnhardt Jr. took it however many years ago it was. I don't know. What am I, 30?
You're making yourself sound a lot older than you are, I'll tell you that. He's still a young buck. You're just sick. Gosh, stop coughing.
Don't tell me how to live my life. There's a cough again.
Yeah.
Where's our cough button?
Yeah, I know, really. Just buzz right over that. Should we talk some All-Star race? Because we're headed to Texas. The first time the NASCAR All-Star race has been run at Texas Motor Speedway, with more on the quad oval track and how they landed the All-Star race. My co-host, Zach McAdoo. Please don't cough.
Shut up. So, Texas Motor Speedway opened in 1996 as Texas International Speedway. They would change their name to Texas Motor Speedway the following year and host the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. As at the time, they would host a single race all the way up to 2005. In 2005, they earned a playoff race to go with it, and every year until last year was the last year that they had 2 races at the track for the Cup Series. This year, Texas lost their spring race to COTA, but in return, they wanted a second race date, so they got the All-Star race. That is why we have Texas hosting the NASCAR All-Star race this weekend. And do we want to get into format right now?
Hold off just 1 second, because I do have a little more on Texas. So the All-Star race has only been held at 3 other tracks prior to this. Atlanta back at the very beginning. Charlotte for the vast majority of the time that this race has been a thing. And then last year it was at Bristol. I don't know, was that original or was that part of the rescheduling? I cannot remember.
No, it's part of the rescheduling.
That's what I thought.
Because Charlotte hosted 2 races within a week, so they're like, yeah, we're not coming back for the All-Star race. Why not go to a short track where it should be and make it a night race?
That's right. Charlotte got Sonoma's race. So last year we didn't have Sonoma on the schedule. Zach's feelings were not hurt by that. This year we get Sonoma back, but Charlotte still doesn't have the All-Star race. It's a revolving door here. But in terms of Texas Motor Speedway, as we look at that here going into this race, in terms of layout and design, it is virtually the same.
Confusing as hell. When I first read it, it was confusing as hell. Let's just get that out of the way. We will explain it to try to help all you in a second. Sorry, just I had to throw that out there.
No, that's fine. Just don't interrupt me again. It's very similar, though, to Charlotte and Atlanta in a lot of ways. It was repaved in 2017, though, so you're not going to have the tire wear that good old Atlanta Motor Speedway puts on those cars. It was also reconfigured. It has one of the highest grip levels of any track that the Cup Series.
You want to try that again? Configured.
Configured?
Configured. You said configured. Yeah, configured. It's not configured.
You're hearing things. You're sick. Don't trust a sick man's hearing. The configuration changes decrease the banking from 24 degrees down to 20 in turns 1 and 2. The racing surface was also widened by 20 feet, and turns 3 and 4 are the same now as they were before the changes in 2017. The new surface, it has obviously a lot of speed, a lot of grip. Aerodynamic package is key for success here. What else do you have on Texas?
The tires don't wear at all. Let's just get that out in the open. Yeah. I mean, you saw Austin Dillon take no tires at the end of the race. Everyone else take 2 because there was no wear. Like you could you could probably get away with just running left side tires the whole race for the All-Star race this on Sunday because there was track position mattered more than tires. As you saw last year, Austin Dillon got the win in the first race. The second race, I don't remember at all because it got moved from Sunday to Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday. Apparently, it went off, and
Yeah. I hate when that happens. I also do not remember it, but I know it came in the playoffs, so I'm not sure who won. But that was Austin Dillon's ticket to the playoffs last year, and that was a good point there that he brought up about his tire strategy toward the end of the race. Now, the All-Star race is only going to be 100 laps. There's also an All-Star Open before this thing. I got to admit, I'm a little confused at this whole format deal, so I guess you're going to have to walk me and the listeners through this. I mean, I can try and help, but I don't know how much help I'm going to be. So we got to break down this All-Star race format. If we're going to try and handicap this, you got to kind of know what's going on. So please.
So I haven't seen the All-Star Open format yet. I know it's three rounds. You're going to have your round one winner move to the All-Star race. The round two winner move to the second race. The round three winner move out of the All-Star race, and the fan vote winner, which according to NASCAR, right now it's between DiBenedetto, Suarez, Wallace, Briscoe, and I forget who the fifth one is. But voting closed Friday. It's not Reddick. Unfortunately, he's got to race his way in. Unfortunately, but
he's gonna get there though. That's okay. He's gonna get there.
He starts at pole. Don't you dare jinx it for me. Don't you dare. But he starts on the pole. Hopefully, he can get the round one win, so he can cool down the tires, get everything going. That way, you won't have to worry about it. But back to the All-Star race format. Yes, we talked. I clapped again, and now he's laughing. He's gone for a couple minutes. All-Star race format. Round one. Starting positions are done by a random draw, and Kyle Larson got the pole. Surprise, surprise. Yeah. But God.
Kyle Larson on a pole, what?
Round two.
Are you sure they don't use the performance metrics formula? They just like lump the season in there.
They just put they put every driver in a hat. That's what it came down to.
That's how good Kyle Larson's season's going right now. His season's so good he gets put in a hat and he's starting number one. Sorry, go ahead.
But round two, you will see the field inverted between the 1st to 8th or 1st to 12th, all depending on a random draw by someone at Texas Motor Speedway. I don't know. It's going to be on FS1. Round three, the whole field will be inverted. Oh, yeah. Every round so far is 15 laps. I don't know if I've mentioned that or not. And then round four will then be, again, inverted between 1st to 8th or 1st to 12th. Somewhere in there. I don't know if it's another random draw or if it's just the opposite of what didn't happen the first time. That one will be 15 laps. Round five, the average finish of each driver from the first 4 rounds, they'll be placed in. So if Larson wins every round, he'll have first. He'll start first. If Chase Elliott gets second every round, he'll start second, and so on and so forth. That round will be 30 laps. Every team has to come in and do a mandatory 4-tire stop, where the fastest crew will get a $100,000 bonus to go in with their paycheck at the end of the night, but only First really pays. No one else does besides the extra $100,000. And then the final round or stage. I don't know how we're calling this. I call it stages.
Is this the final stage?
Yeah.
One?
No, 6.
How long is the 5th stage?
30. I said 30 laps.
I don't know if you did. Okay. Maybe
I did say 30 laps. I remember I said it.
Okay. We got 15, 30. And then we're going to this final stage now. Looks like Zach is gone. All right. So we'll see if he can't rejoin us here.
We have connection issues. Yeah, We were having a good conversation. You decided to kick me out into the backstage, I guess. Wow.
I'm sorry. Now you're black on my screen, but we can still hear you, so we're still good.
I can see me, so that's all that
We
matters.
got 15 laps, 15,
Another,
15, 30 with a fastest pit stop before the 30, and the fifth one is set on average finish of the first four, and now we're going to the final stage. Just making sure.
Where it'll be a 10-lap shootout where you finish in stage round 5, that's where you'll start in stage 6. And it's just a 10-lap shootout until the end. Only green flag laps will count for the whole race. I don't think I missed anything. $1 million on the line. That's the only thing I missed, and I don't know how I missed that. $1 million goes to the winner and their crew. Man, I hope I didn't miss anything because that was a mouthful.
That is a lot.
You could see why everyone else was confused, right? I mean,
jeez. Okay, so yeah, with that, I guess it really comes down to the 30-lap stage 5 and the 10-lap stage 6, right? Because the first 4 rounds to me here sound like you want to finish well, so you're not starting at the rear in stage 5, but you don't have to finish great in those first 4 stages, do you?
I mean, you got to set yourself up. You can't start from the back. Like we discussed earlier, track position matters a lot at this track.
Right.
So you got to get to the front as fast as possible. Make sure you stay up there, and the only way to make sure you can do that is by getting yourself set up in for stage 5, where it's cumulative finish.
Okay. So, all right, bold prediction. What are the odds Kyle Larson wins all 6 rounds in the race and the fastest pit stop? Can you do it for a 3rd straight week?
I don't see it happening. The way, because you figure, okay, he's probably gonna win the first stage of 15 laps. Second stage, it's another 15 laps where he's either gonna start 8th or 12th or somewhere in between there. I don't know how they're doing the random draw, but you figure it's gonna be somewhere there, and that's gonna be hard to do it itself. So right. So hypothetically, he does it again. He's gonna start all the way back in the pack. He's gonna start 21st. If there's 21 cars in the field still, we don't know. Some can blow the engine or something like that. For stage 3, that's going to be a lot of cars to pass in a matter of 15 laps. I don't know if he can do it.
Yeah, that would be tough. Now, looking at Texas Motor Speedway, just to kind of get some sort of feel for guys' history here, Kevin Harvick, over the last 10 races, he and Joey Logano have averaged a ridiculous average finish. 5.4 for Harvick in 10 races. There's 3 wins in there.
Harvick should have a 4th and a better finish, but NASCAR screwed him.
As I was saying, there are 6 top 5s, and Joey Logano is right behind at 5.8. However, he's never won in the last 10 races here. A second place, a quartet of third place finishes, and a 4th, so 6 top 5s for him as well. Kyle Busch, average finish for 8.0. Tyler Reddick, there he is. 2 races last year, 8.5, second place in the first one. Kurt Busch, average finish of 9.5. Solid across the board. No finish better than 7th in the last 10. But he's in the top 10 in 9 of those starts. And Eric Jones in 8 starts. He has a trio of 4th place finishes, 6 top 10s, and an average finish of 10.1. So those are some of the names we might look at here. Now, this format obviously makes betting crazy, but we got to talk some odds anyway, and we're going to see if we can't find anything, kind of looking at the prices and how we think this might go. Kyle Larson, shockingly, the favorite, plus 350, and there is a massive gap, Zach, between he and Chase Elliott at 7-1. Then it's Kyle Busch, 8-1. Martin Truex Jr., 8-1. Hey, look at that. My championship 4, if I had to pick it today. They're the top 4. They're the only 4 drivers with odds of 10-1 to win the NASCAR All-Star race and $1 million. You like any of them? I don't think you can get. You can't do Larson at those odds, can you, given this format?
It depends on how confident you are he's going to win. I mean, the whole thing about gambling is you want to win money. Am I wrong?
Right, and you want to bet with value.
If you're 100% sure he's going to win the race, okay, not even that, 95%, we'll go that high or low, depending on how you feel about this. You got to put money on him, right?
I don't know if it's a good bet.
I mean,
I'd rather bet just plus 100 for a top 3 and call it a day. Honestly, I like that.
No. We don't. We play long dong plays. We don't do the little top 3, top 10. You pick winners.
Well, let's see. You pick a winner. Are you betting on any of those guys to win this All-Star race? Is your pick in those top 4?
I do want to say Larson, but I don't want to just take the low hanging fruit. So yeah. I'll say no. I'm not confident in Larson to get the win here.
Okay, so we'll continue on looking at the odds to win. Denny Hamlin 10-1. Joey Logano, there it is. That average finish of 5.8, 11-1. Ryan Blaney 12-1, along with William Byron and Kevin Harvick. Alex Bowman 14-1. Brad Keselowski 15-1. Everyone else is 25-1 or longer. Now, keep in mind, you're going to have some more drivers joining this field after the All-Star Open and the fan vote, which, gosh, I wonder who's going to win that. But anyone in there? Is your pick in there, sir?
For some reason, you said pick. I was like, you said fan vote, and then you said pick. So like, God, is it like Bubba Wallace? That sounds like you can pick. I said, wait a minute, no, that's not it. That's not right at all. Yeah, I gotta say, I think this guy, he did well earlier in the year. He has a win, so it's not my guy, unfortunately. I think Willie B, it's his time to shine in Hendrick and bring home the $1 million for Mr. H.
All right, interesting. I can get behind that. I'm all here for William Byron any day of the week. We know that by now. 12-1. Hey, why not? I just want to look and see where he stacks up in terms of Texas. So he's run 6 races here. Just 2 top 10s, though. Best finish of 6 and another one in 10th, 13th, 16th, 17th, 37th. Average finish of 16.5 in his 6 Cup starts. Does that frazzle you at all, or are you sticking with it?
The way Hendrick's been running this year and the way he's been running specifically, you can't go by history anymore. Every time I put him in my don't start list, he goes out and proves me wrong, just like everyone else, it seems. So why listen to me anymore or any of the history I go by? Like, at some point, you just got to stop listening to history and look at how they're running. And unfortunately,
yeah, or maybe just stop listening to you. I don't know. How about last year's Texas winner? Austin Dillon is 30-1 to win the All-Star race. In terms of long shots, he definitely stands out to me. I'll say that. What do you think of those odds on him? 7-1 for a top 3.
We don't do that. No. I thought I had a cough again. But, yeah. 31's not bad odds for a guy who's won here in a year ago. I mean, essentially in the same heat that they're going to have to deal with this weekend at Texas. So, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad play. I don't think he's going to win. I think it's going to be a different race this time. The crew chiefs know what they're dealing with the tires and whatnot. So,
I mean, in terms of this format, though, do they?
No. Format-wise, hell no. Everyone, name it NASCAR. Because every time it seems like NASCAR has something going, they just screw it up just like normal. But, well, I should say like normal. Every All-Star race for the past, at least since 2016 when Tony retired, I remember him complaining about the way the format was, and everyone was confused. So, I mean, at some point, they have to figure it out, hopefully, and the All-Star race format is going to be fixed. But as of right now, I don't see it happening. Not this week.
Yeah, for sure. In terms of driver props, I don't know that there's a whole lot to break down there. We don't even know all the drivers in the field yet. Now, there are groups listed over at DraftKings. There are race matchups. Just the way the format shakes out, it's tough to get real excited about betting any of those. What I do want to ask you about, though, is picking the team of the race winner. Now, you like William Byron, he's your pick, but you also really wanted to take Kyle Larson, even though he's the favorite, and you didn't wimp out on us there and avoided him. You can bet Hendrick Motorsports at plus 110, a little plus money return there to be the winning team. Do you like that? And the other, I'd follow it up behind them, Joe Gibbs plus 210, Team Penske plus 350, and any other team is 9-1.
I mean, I would take Hendrick, but I don't like the odds. I mean, the way they're
like the odds.
No, I think they're too low for you to like want to bet on them. Granted, like
I don't know. I kind of like that. If I'm getting all four of those Hendrick cars, and Kyle Larson is a plus 350 race favorite, and I could still get plus money on the whole team.
I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying the odds are just feel too low to bet on them. Like,
but I'm saying I want to bet on them. So you're telling me not?
don't. Shut up. No, I would personally do it, but I feel like the plus 110 is too low.
Okay. Would you bet on any of the others there? Those prices?
Yeah, give me Stuart Haas with the way that they've been running this year. That seems like a perfect bet. Thank you.
You know, it's funny. They're listed separately. Like Stuart Haas Racing is 9-1, and then you can bet any other team 9-1. So you got the four, and then any other team, but they're both 9-1. I think that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Why don't you just put them in with any other team at this point? But
DraftKings saying screw you. That's what it comes down to. But yeah.
Pretty much. Was there anything else, All-Star race, picks-wise, predictions, anything else we should know? I mean, like we kind of said, it's a tougher race to bet, and if you don't have a full handle on the format and what you are betting, the best advice we can give you is don't bet, but it'll be entertaining for sure. And
save your money for Nashville. If you're not sure who you want to bet, just save your money. Well, actually, not even Nashville, not even Pocono. Just wait a month. Wait a month because Nashville we never seen. Pocono's a double dip, and that'd be a lot of odds to go through and try to do that. Road America is another track that we haven't seen before. We're going to tracks that. This is a stretch of the schedule where you're going in. I shouldn't say essentially blind, but there's a lot to unpack.
There sure is. But we're here every week, though. Don't worry. Burnt Rubber Racing. Usually it's Thursday. I guess today's Wednesday, so I can't even say every Thursday. Darn it. Zach, we also have we also have IndyCar action this weekend after a week off to recover from the Indianapolis 500 and the greatest spectacle of racing that was. IndyCar's got a double header in Detroit. Saturday and Sunday, there are races both days. I believe the Saturday one starts around 2:30 Eastern, I want to say.
I think maybe so. The first one, the second one's 2. I'll look it up right now.
I think the second one is earlier, like 12:30 on Sunday. Don't quote me on it, though. Zach's going to figure that out for us. These will be races number 7 and 8 of the 2021 IndyCar season. The Chevrolet Detroit Grand Prix Race 1. Notice how I put the grand in there for Zach. And
it's
the Chevrolet Detroit
Grand Prix.
I was going to say the second one correctly, but because you did that, Grand Prix Race 2 is Sunday at noon. Both are on NBC.
You might just call it the Grand Prix at this point. Let's go ahead and say the X.
Maybe I will. In terms of news coming into this, so Helio Castroneves goes and wins the Indy 500. Of course, he doesn't have a full-time ride this year, and he will not be racing in Detroit this weekend for Meyer Shank. So, I mean, at this point, it really just kind of feels like we're waiting until next year to see if Castroneves is back in IndyCar full-time. Any opening thoughts, I guess, from you before we just kind of touch on some driver stats and chop up this doubleheader a little more?
I mean, I think we all needed a week off after. I picked the race winner, so I mean, I think everyone needed a week off. Like someone had, there was no resting the voice, I should say, for last week because if you can't tell now, it's messed up. But IndyCar usually has a good races in Detroit. It is 2 on Saturday, 12 on Sunday. I thought it was only like a half-hour difference between the 2 days, but what do I know? I guess both races on NBC, so everyone should be able to watch them. They should be, like I said, there should be fun races to watch. Let's get into the deep dives here in history.
Yeah, so looking at some driver history on the raceway at Belle Isle is where they're running these at now. Scott Dixon leads all drivers, 3 wins and 11 top 5 finishes in 17 career starts here. He, of course, won the first of the doubleheader at Texas earlier this year. So maybe another doubleheader weekend is just what he needs after that Indy 500 disappointment. There are 3 other drivers with multiple wins here on this course. That would be Will Power, Graham Rahal, and Sebastian Bourdais with 2 apiece. In terms of average finish, we are looking at Alexander Rossi being the best among active drivers. 8 races here in Detroit. He's got 4 top 5s and an average finish of 7.0. Scott Dixon not far behind, 7.2, and he's got 9 more races run. Looking down a little further, Will Power, 16 races, average finish of 8.6. Castro Neves, he's not in the race, but he's right there with him at that same average finish. And Ryan Hunter-Reay, average finish of 9.4 in his 17 starts. He has 1 win, 6 top 5s, and 10 top 10s for Hunter-Reay there. So I guess from those names, any others that you wanted to talk about further? Is there anyone I didn't mention you'd be curious to know their stats on, or that you want to shout out there for Detroit? What say you here?
Nah, you got all the good ones. I think we'll just move on.
All right. Do you want to pick a winner? Do you got anything else on the course? You gonna give me anything?
I don't.
I don't know what else I got here. Like
it's Belle Isle
for IndyCar, so
it's Belle Isle Raceway Park. They race on the streets of Detroit on like a little island. I want to say. I didn't look up everything that it is. I don't know how long it is. Both races are 70 laps. I think that's what they said on there. But as for my pick, you're gonna get one for both days, because I think he's gonna win double duty like he did in 2017 after he had a bad Indy 500. Graham Rahal does it again. He had the car to beat. Well, I shouldn't say car to beat. He had a very fast car that did very well in the Indy 500. Unfortunately, had the disappointment. So Rahal Letterman, excuse me. They are looking to get back into victory lane after that disappointment, and they need a good showing on Saturday and Sunday.
Do you think he's going to win both?
Yeah, like he did in 2017. I want to say.
All right. Well, bold prediction there, I would say, from you. Now I'm just looking at his recent finishes. So he was 7th in both races at the doubleheader here in 2019 at Belle Isle. A 5th and a 23rd in 2018. And like Zach said, both of his wins in 2017. So
not just a hat rack, my friend.
3 top 10 cents. I don't know. We'll see if he can get it done. Another guy looking for Indy 500 vengeance, and I don't know how you don't say he's not going to at least be right there if he's not winning a race this weekend, is Scott Dixon. The way that race went for them and his history here at Belle Isle, I think he is right there and one to watch for picking winners. You know, I'd love to say the same for Alexander Rossi, given the average finish and the 4 top 5s in 8 races, but man, this is just not his season by everything the way it seems to be going here right now. So I'm gonna stay away there. I like the Rahal pick, but just to be different, I'm gonna go with Simon Pagenaud as a guy to watch. 9.8 average finish in 15 starts. He has a win here. He's got 5 top 5s and 8 top 10s. I'd be looking at Team Penske Simon Pagenaud. He was closing fast there in that Indy 500. So I guess I'd go with Dixon and Pagenaud. In no particular order. I'm not going Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, come on. I did it for Texas. You can't do this.
Oh, God. All right.
And I was right on one of mine. I got mine perfect on Saturday, but Sunday couldn't.
You were.
Sunday was close. I got third on Sunday.
Thank you for reminding us. I'm gonna go Pagenos on Saturday, and not Willpower, Scott Dixon on Sunday.
You heard it here, folks.
There you go. Mark it down, bet them up, do what you got to do. DraftKings doesn't have odds, but I'm sure somewhere it's got to have odds.
Some offshore oil platform has them.
Somewhere, yeah. Or it's just the office pool. Do what you got to do. Zach, was there anything else? We talked All-Stars. We did the recaps. We talked some championship future odds for NASCAR. We got IndyCar in. I don't know that we had anything else planned.
Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? We talked about it at the start of the show. I'm going to bring it up again. The Camping World SRX Series. They debut Saturday. Tony Stewart Series gets going at not Slinger. Give me a second here. I got to look it up where they're.
You don't even have the info ready.
Shut up.
You might as well have just gone along with me. We were done.
No. SRX needs to be covered.
All right.
They are racing Saturday night on CBS, the bright lights, as you'll see Tony Stewart, Bill Elliott. I don't know why I took me a second of that. Helio, Indy 500 champion Helio Castroneves racing. You'll see Bobby Labonte, Michael Waltrip, Willie T. Ribbs, Michael Andretti, Greg Biffle in the 69 car. You'll see all of them racing at, where the hell? Oh, God, there's so many. I thought I had this.
You thought wrong.
Stafford Speedway. Short track racing Saturday night. CBS. Alan Bestwick is on the call. If you're a NASCAR fan who watched early NBC days, I shouldn't say early, late ESPN years, you know who Alan Bestwick is. He is one of the best in the business. Watch that alone, because SRX, I believe Tony Stewart is going to put on a good show, and it should be fun to watch.
What time does the race start?
8 o'clock, Saturday night, CBS.
There you go. I'll be watching. That's honestly one of the things I miss most about ESPN broadcasting NASCAR is Bestwick. So I don't know how much analysis I'll be providing, but I'll definitely be watching.
So I
should have prefaced the discussion with that.
Let me do a quick rundown, because there's a lot of races that we're going to be on. Saturday at 1 o'clock on FS1, it's the truck race. NBC 2 o'clock IndyCar. Saturday 4 at 4. It's the Xfinity Series FS1. Saturday 8 CBS. Sunday at noon at NBC IndyCar, and then you'll see the NASCAR All-Star race at 6 on Sunday, FS1. I hope I didn't miss a race.
I don't think you did. That's a 6-race weekend. Well, 6-pack for the first weekend of June. This is right. No, second weekend of June. My bad. Days all blend together sometimes, but hey, we'll take it.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of stuff, but for some reason, racing schedules go right here, my boy.
Somehow I'm not surprised. Hey. At least you remembered the show switched to Wednesday, although that was your deal because somebody's going to Florida. Did we mention that off the top? I'm jealous. But at any rate, Burnt Rubber Racing will be back to the normal Thursday
next
week. So
probably
you can catch us
then.
Be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, follow us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. We're everywhere. Give us a follow on Twitter. You can follow Zach at ZT McAdoo. Don't follow me.
Hangtime Sports.
I want to do that. FlurrySports.org. Check out our NASCAR section. Our power rankings will be coming eventually. I'm working on them. It's been a crazy week. And then Zach's Texas Motor Speedway overview is up, and he kind of details in writing there the change with the All-Star race coming to Texas and how they got that. So
the format should be the All-Star race format. If you want it in print form, which should be up soon.
Yep, that's going to be coming. And then I'll do my best, I guess, to maybe give you some betting plays for the race itself as well.
Yeah,
Or
just
maybe
what
I'll divert and do some IndyCar stats. I don't know. We'll have something else coming from me later this week too.
I'm gonna try to do DFS. I don't know if I have time, but
You are okay.
or who wants to or who wants to listen to me at this point, because I have thrown out a lot of bad picks in the past couple of weeks. I've had bad beats, but yeah, we're just gonna keep going.
That's all you can do. Keep on chugging. So yeah, flurrysports.org. Check out all of our written content in addition to the podcast. I think that's everything. Thank you for listening, Zach. Anything else?
Maybe go back into early weeks and read some of our older stuff too. I mean, that might help to help your NASCAR knowledge going forward. And maybe don't forget to watch the races this week. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, we like to think we know a thing or two around here. So,
I mean, some of us know more IndyCar than NASCAR. Apparently, I've called more IndyCar winners than NASCAR winners, I believe, this year. So
that's true. You've got one IndyCar. I got one NASCAR.
Two in IndyCar, and I have one NASCAR.
Two IndyCar. Who was it? Oh yeah, that's right.
Dixon Castroneves, and then I called Elliott Winnicota.
Did you?
Read my DFS. Read
that Coda race. You know what? Get out of here with that rain race. I don't want to talk about Coda. It's a trigger point for me. We are done. Follow and subscribe. Thank you, Zach. There's the clap. We are off the air. This has been episode 17, the Chris Buescher episode of Burnt Rubber Racing. I got one last. There it is. One last cough. We're done. Have a good night.